do this video to quickly show how seed works and you know how to run it so your results are replicable. So let's turn our attention to R, and let me just show you this very short code where we're randomly selecting a number between 1 and 10. That's just the idea. So as you can see here, I have set my seed to 100 and I'm using the sample function, again providing a vector from 1 to 10 and telling R to just randomly select one of those numbers between 1 and 10. So if we run this whole thing all together, we're going to get 10. Okay. If we run it again with set seed and sample, I should always get the same result. So let's see if that happens. I'm getting 10, I'm getting 10 again, and so forth. So every time that I run it with set seed, I will always get the same number. That doesn't mean that if I run it for a second time with the set seed function, I'm going to get also the same number. Okay, that would again defeat the purpose of randomness a little bit. So let's run this whole thing again. And as you can see, for the first random selection, I'm getting number 10. For the second one, I'm getting number 7. That is absolutely fine as long as I run this whole thing together. I'm always getting the same results. So as you can see, first select 10, second time select 7, and every time that I run it with the set seed, we get the same number. What happens, however, if I was running this code and I run it without actually running the set seed function first? I can run it one more time, and as you can see, now I actually get the number 6. If I run it again, I'm going to get a different number again. I'm going to get the number 3. So be very careful that anytime that you run something random, like the sample function, for example, or if you're doing cross-validation, you should always run that line of code with the set seed function, so you are you're able to replicate your results in the future. Let me quickly show you how this works with cross-validation. So this is part of the code that I had to do for this week's in-class exercise. Here we're just doing a stepwise forward selection. So this is the code that we have. Let me run the whole thing and see what is the RMSE that we get. So as you can see, we get an RMSE of 6,237.772. If I run this cross-validation or this stepwise forward selection with the set seed function, I'm always going to get the same result. Okay, so I should always get that same RMSE. Let's see. If I run it one more time, I get the same number. Let's run it again, same number. What happens, however, if instead of running it with the set seed, I run it one more time, this train function, without adding the set seed function? As you can see, we're running it one more time, and I actually get a slightly different number. If I run it again, you're still going to get a slightly different number, and so forth if you have a slightly different number. So what we need to do, if you're running this code not as a whole, so you're not running the whole script in one, if you want to run just this section of the code, you should always run it with the set seed function to make sure, again, that you get the same results every time that you run it and you don't run into any issues. Okay? Let me know if you have any questions about this, and I will see you in class next week.